I was at a meeting, a discussion happened because somebody was not present and somebody else at the meeting were talking about the person not being present and about not being interested in what we're doing because they hadn't replied to an email. We started to discuss it because I said, you can't make an assumption and believe that your assumption is truth. Your assumption is just an assumption. So something can happen. You can have a feeling that somebody is against you. If they wanted to be a part of this, then they would participate, you know? And that is an assumption. And it's something which you are creating on the basis of your past, on the basis of your memories and your experiences. And then you deduct and you assume and you conclude based on your reality. So all that is something that is happening in you. It's got nothing to do with the other person at all. You could do that on a desert island all by yourself. The identification is that when you have a thought and you create that thought into a truth that you then, are willing to die on that hill. And the problem is that even the one reflecting about the thought is a thought. So there's nothing outside of you that can activate a resistance. It's happening in you. So what is happening when something is doing something against you, that you perceive as somebody's doing something against you, that against you is your perception. It's your assumption. It's your judgment of what is happening. It's not truth. And how you react to it is because you perceive that they are against you, and then I have to defend myself. I have to stand up for myself, otherwise I'm going to be a doormat. And all that is happening in your head. There's nothing real about it. It is real to you, and your assumption is real to you, but it's not real. It's not real for the rest of the world. It's only real to you. So the crazy part is that the resistance that you experience is not even yours either, because everything is thoughts reflecting on thoughts, assumption created by your thoughts. And all the identification and all the resistance that you feel, it's just stories that you maintain. If you think about it, nothing has happened in your past that really happened. Whenever you think of an incident, for example, right now, if I ask you to think of something, what is the memory, just one memory that you have when you're about 5, then the thing you're thinking of is something that you have thought about previously. It's not something that all of a sudden come out of the blue. It's an incident that you remember from previously. And what you're thinking about it is what you have been thinking about it lots of times. You might have based it on a picture you have seen, or you might actually have a memory about it. But think about it, that is just a thought. Whatever you call your past or whatever you call memories, that is just thought that has been repeated so many times that we start to call it memory. When it was happening, you were in the moment experiencing something happen, and you made a deduction about what happened, an assumption about what happened. And that was created a truth about what happened. What was the reason why the other person did as they did? What was the reason why you did as you did? And that story is what you have been repeating your entire life and now call a memory. It wasn't true. It was an assumption about an incident that you made a truth about. And with that, we identify and we copy paste our entire lives. The identity that we end up with when we're adults, it's just self-created illusions, things that we are hooked into, that we have repeated so many times that we honestly believe it. We believe that this is how it is. This is my opinion. This is my feelings. This is my needs. This is my emotions. This is what I want. This is my body. This is my past. This is my memories. But it's not. All that we identify with. It's just a thought that has been repeated so many times that it became a truth, and now you call it yours. You can unhook from that because it's not yours. It's just a story you have repeated multiple times. And when you unhook, then you go into the era of non-identifying. And that is just immense freedom, because you're completely free to be who you are right now, to whatever you're experiencing right now. So there's no expectation to what needs to happen or should happen. There's just you. There's just is. It's just being. And that is such a freedom, because you don't have to be anything but who you already are. And that is the crazy thing, that we spend our entire lives wanting to shape us in a manner so we become free. And we already are. You already are free. If you're unhooked, you're free. But the hooks that you have in that captivity where you're not free, it's just an illusion.